Can the Cheetah take a bite out of the apple? We're going to see. But I tell you what, all that Twitter beef they had last year after the Bengals sent, Tyreek Hill and Kansas City home, now the Cheetah in his Macho Man Randy Savage glasses called them out. I tell you what, you better put a safety over them because the Cheetah is ready to run.
All right, you're going to see what he's able to get done in this matchup. That game is tonight. Meanwhile, we got great quarterback matchups this weekend, including one in Baltimore.
Oh, man, I tell you what, I will pay to see this one. I probably will, man. But I tell you what, you got the MVP of the past versus the MVP of the present. You talk about Lamar Jackson. I think people are really not paying attention to just what a great season he's having through the air and on the ground. I'm telling you what, the last man that has the ball probably will win this football game. I tell you what, this is going to be exciting in Baltimore. I can't wait to see that one, Greeny.
And if that isn't the best quarterback matchup of the weekend, then the other one might be.
Yes, the GOAT versus the BOAT. The greatest of all time versus the best of all time. You talk about, Patrick Mahomes, before Tampa Bay was the first team that kind of put the blueprint on how to shut down the Kansas City Chiefs when they won in the Super Bowl. This may be the last time we ever see this matchup. I think all football fans, all purists would love to see this game. You talk about the Buccaneers having a tough week, maybe being displaced, but you talk about that defense, and now without the Cheetah, they don't have the ability to get fast plays. This should be a matchup, a duel that goes to the end.
Absolutely. It's an incredibly interesting game, and it could be a very important game, and the question is, where will it be played? The Buccaneers have relocated their practice this week to Miami. You're well aware of the circumstances, obviously, moving away from Tampa due to the effects of Hurricane Ian. The Bucs await where they will be playing the Chiefs on Sunday night, and that obviously is a story that goes well beyond football, but the football piece of it is important and interesting. Dan, what do we know about where this game will be played and when they will make that decision?
The league has until tomorrow, they believe, to make the decision on where it'll be played. As of now, it's still scheduled to be played in Tampa on Sunday night. The league has said if they have to move it, it will be to Minneapolis. And they'll know that, today or tomorrow. The issue, of course, is assessing the damage now, right? What happened there yesterday is incredibly serious and incredibly upsetting for non-football reasons. So you don't want to have a football game in Tampa that takes resources that are necessary to help elsewhere for real-life stuff. So if that's the case, then they'll move it. At this point, they haven't decided, and they need to spend today figuring out how realistic it is.
Yeah, and so first and foremost, we are thinking of all of our friends down there in the Florida and all through that area who have been impacted by this, and we hope that everybody is safe. Having said that, to the football piece of it, your old buddy Tom Brady is really struggling. His offense has more turnovers than touchdowns to this point. Can he get this figured out this week?
Yes. Tom can figure it out. And look, you look at the injuries that he had offensively. The receiving core was down, devastated with injury. So I'm going to leave it up to Tom. I think he's going to – I know what he's doing right now. He's going to have a sense of urgency. He understands that everyone's out of their element right now. They're dealing with this issue that happened down in Florida, so they're not at home. They're practicing on the road. They might be in Minnesota playing a football game, but I know how Tom is going to react to this. He's going to bring everyone together. He's going to have urgency. Like, listen, guys, we got to get this thing back together. We got to do this now. We got to do it fast. Nobody's feeling sorry for us. There's not one team or person feeling sorry for Tom Brady or the Bucs right now. So they're going to have to figure it out and figure it out fast.
And they will get Mike Evans back this week. We know that. He wasn't hurt. Of course, he was suspended. But then you look at it, there's a couple of different ways to spin this thing. One of them, D. Wood, is for how bad they've looked offensively, they're 2-1, and they were a 2-point conversion away from probably being unbeaten at this point. So they're sort of hanging together. Do you believe this offense ultimately catches up?
Oh, absolutely. Think of all the weapons that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been missing from their offense. We talked about Mike Evans being suspended. Obviously, he's coming back. Julio Jones out. Chris Godwin out. Those are three critical pieces at the wide receiver position. When these guys ultimately get back, this will look like a totally different offense, and it's going to scare a lot of defenses when those guys get back. So I'm not worried. They're just holding down the fort until those guys get back.
They have scored one offensive touchdown in each of the three games they've played so far this season. You were talking about the matchup there, and you were looking forward to the BOAT and the GOAT. Second consecutive week that the GOAT gets, someone you could call the BOAT, if you will. Aaron Rodgers last week and now Mahomes this week. What do you expect from Brady?
Listen, I've been on record about how I feel about the difficulty that Patrick Mahomes is going to face when you talk about him not having Tyreek Hill to be able to set defenses and coverages. One thing that we do know is this Buccaneers defense is amazing. This is like the best that we've probably seen them under the Todd Bowles era. So I think that this is going to be a slugfest. And you know Tom Brady's going to take exactly what defenses give him. He's mastered the art of winning ugly in New England. He knows how to win in different ways. If he has to kill you with death by 1,000 paper cuts, he'll check down Charlie you to death. Right, but he's going to make those big plays and be able to make the adjustments. I think because their defense is elite, I think they're going to be able to hold Mahomes down and ultimately make enough plays to win this football game.
You talk to the people down there, Dan. What kinds of things are they saying coming out of there from the Tampa Bay side of all this?
They believe that once they get everybody healthy, that it'll be good. They don't see any drop off in Brady's performance or Brady's abilities. And look, I was there. I'm standing on the sideline watching Brady, who'd done nothing all day, go right down the field on them in the last couple minutes. And the Packers are just like, hold on, like that. They knew what was coming. So he can still do that even with the depleted group of weapons. But I think they believe that once everybody's back, that they'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Well, the one name that wasn't on the screen when we put the names of people who are coming back is Rob Gronkowski. And to me, Ninko, that is the guy he misses more than anybody. If he has that guy in the red zone, they win that game last weekend. He needs to get on the phone with Gronk right now. Chrissy, bring us back on camera for a second, real quick. Give me the right now. Give me. I'm calling you. I'm Brady. I'm calling you. You're Gronk. What are you saying?
Yo, what's up? You need me? Oh, sweet. Yeah, I got a few things, maybe week 8.
Like, he doesn't turn the ball over. He's making plays when he has to make it. That's the job description of the quarterback.
Yeah.
This team really has been carried mostly by their defense. Their defense has been doing a pretty damn good job. Tua has been complimenting that by not turning the ball over. Obviously the fourth quarter against the Baltimore Ravens, he played out of his mind. But otherwise, Tua's really been a really high-end game manager. That's what he's done. He's managed the Miami Dolphins. He hasn't made critical mistakes. That's where he's at. I'm not making any proclamations about Tua being in some stratosphere as Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, but he's doing a damn good job of executing what the quarterback's position is supposed to do.
This is the problem, right? Because I watched the show yesterday, and I'm thinking, why does it have to be the extremes? Like why? I mean, you can be happy and impressed with what the Dolphins have done this year, and still not go as far as like RG3 did earlier in the week, say that the best team in the league. You can be impressed with what Tua's done this year and still have reservations. For goodness sake, he's already hurt. The biggest issue with Tua Tagovailoa is, can he get through the season healthy? The answer is already no.
It was his back. That's why he was.
Yeah, what do you need that for?
Yeah. Anybody buying the back? That's a whole other question.
No.
Meantime, Chrissy, let's put the picks up there just to give everyone an indication of how much we're buying into the Dolphins. I asked every member of this team to tell me who's going to win the game.
I don't like to see that.
I didn't know that was the case.
I didn't know all of that.
Oh, man.
Everybody all in?
I mean, Vegas knows something, too, because Vegas has them as the underdog as well. I mean,
Look,
you talk
I
about
know
a
what
short
Brady's
week.
going then.
You talk about the defense, Miami's defense was on the field for 90 plays.
Right.
4 days ago. Like, that's not nothing. And now they're traveling to Cincinnati. It could be a good game for
And
don't say Burrow. You said Burrow.
And by the way, don't think that I ignored you saying the Jets were a get-right game wearing that green tie.
Yeah,
We're
word,
going to
word,
have
word.
with that as we go.
More
All right,
like, I don't know.
we're just getting started.